Hey everyone, it's Chris Braverman, and this is WCW 2K20, my WCW Universe mode, which will be taking place across WWE 2K18, 2K19, and 2K20 when that comes out. So for those of you who have been watching, yes, I do have a World Championship Wrestling Universe mode going on, and there's a lot going on. My most recent episode for my Universe mode was a Monday Nitro. We saw the return of Bret the Hitman Hart. We saw the return of Big Van Vader. And Vader is currently targeting Bill Goldberg. So that is a feud and a match which has already been set to headline our next World Championship Wrestling pay-per-view. It'll be Big Van Vader challenging Bill Goldberg for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Bret the Hitman Hart is back, and he's got a little feud going on with Diamond Dallas Page. On our next episode of our Universe mode, which is Thunder, that's coming up, we're going to see Bret the Hitman Hart do battle against Chris Kanyon, which is DDP's protege. So let's take a look at all that is the World Championship Wrestling in our Universe mode. This is WCW 2K20. First of all, let's go ahead and look at the shows, and let me catch you up on what is going on. What is WCW 2K20? For those of you who don't know, and for those of you who have been watching, let's just play catch up. So right now, this is what's going on. We've got Monday Nitro taking place on Mondays, of course. Thursdays are for Thunder. Saturday we have WCW Saturday Night, and our pay-per-views take place on Sundays. Our next pay-per-view will be Slamboree, and that is the pay-per-view being headlined by Big Van Vader challenging Bill Goldberg for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Alright, we are in the month of May, even though in real life we're in the month of September. September is coming to a close. We'll take a look at our power rankings here. Number 1 is, of course, the World Heavyweight Champion, Bill Goldberg. Number 2 is our WCW World's Television Champion, the Ultimo Dragon. Number 3 is our United States Champion, Chris Jericho. Number 4 is Diamond Dallas Page, former number 1 contender for the world title. He's now out of the picture, and he's a little bit preoccupied with this man right here who just returned and is already at number 5 in the power rankings. It's Bret the Hitman Hart. Number 6 is Chris Benoit. 7 is Big Van Vader, who just returned and already jumped up to number 7. Number 8 is Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner with his brother Rick at number 9. They are the current World Tag Team Champions. And number 10 is the WCW Women's World Wrestling Champion. Then we'll go to championships. And these are our champions. We've got the World Champion, as I said before, Bill Goldberg. World Television Champion, the Ultimo Dragon. The Women's Champion is Alundra Blaze, and the World Tag Team Champions are Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers. On top of them, you see the power rankings, that the United States title is owned by Chris Jericho. The Hardcore title, which of course these are not there either, I forgot about that. Hardcore title is owned by Bam Bam Bigelow, and our Cruiserweight World Champion is Tajiri. Tag teams! Alright, and the tag teams of World Championship Wrestling are Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko. We've got the Boogie Knights, Alex Wright and Disco Inferno. The Bushwhackers. The Colognes, Primo and Epico. DDP and Chris Kanyon. Doom, the Natural Butchery, and his partner Ron Simmons, or Farouk, for those of you who don't know. The Fabulous Freebirds. The Fabulous Rougeau Brothers. Big fan of this team. Jacques and Raymond. The Faces of Fear, Meng and Barbarian. The Filthy Animals, Rey Mysterio and Billy Kidman, they're the team. And rounding out the Filthy Animals are Conan and Tori Wilson. We've got the Flock, led by Raven, Perry Saturn, Stevie Richards, and Scotty Riggs. Harlem Heat, Booker T and his brother Stevie Ray. The Hart Foundation, which the team is, of course, Bret and Jim Neidhart, and then their brother-in-law Davey Boy Smith is rounding out that faction. The Horsemen here, we've got Double A Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard as the Brainbusters. They are the tag team, and they are led by Ric Flair with Steve Mongo McMichael As reinforcement, the Young Dragons, Kaz Hayashi and Jimmy Wang Yang, almost forgot his name there, Juventud and Psychosis, Kaientai Taka, and Funaki. Chronic, Brian Adams, Brian Clark, the Guerreros, Eddie and Chavo, which for those of you who are wondering, why isn't Eddie in the Filthy Animals? It's because he's teaming with his nephew, Chavo. The Lucha Dragons, Kalisto and Sin Cara, the Mamalukes, Big Vito and Johnny the Bull Stamboli, Mr. Perfect and Rick Rude. Best friends throughout life, grew up together, lifelong friends. They did have time as, well, together as a faction, but never actually teamed up. They were together in the Heenan family. They were together in the New World Order, where Rick Rude was actually managing Mr. Perfect, but they never teamed up. So I teamed them up, and because I just imagined, like, wow, that would have been such a great team. They could have made great tag team champions. Both great wrestlers. So yes, Perfect and Rude are together here. We've got the Nasty Boys, Brian Knobbs, Jerry Sags, the Natural Disasters, Typhoon, and Earthquake. The New World Order. The Outsiders, Hall and Nash. They are led by Hulk Hogan, or Hollywood. We've got Six Pac, and we've got the Giant, the Big Show. We've got Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Hare, the Natural Born Thrillers. The Rhodes family, baby. It's Dusty Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes. The Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal. Rock and Roll Express, the World Tag Team Champions here. Then we've got Sting and Lex Luger, the Triple Threat, which Chris Candido and Bam Bam Bigelow are the tag team, and they're led by the franchise, Shane Douglas. We've got Vampiro and the Great Muta, the Dark Carnival, the Von Erichs, the West Texas Rednecks, which are Barry Windham and Kendall Windham. Right, is that Kendall? Or is that Bobby Duncan? Oh no, excuse me, that's Barry Windham and Barry Windham and Bobby Duncan. Bobby Duncan Jr., ladies and gentlemen, the West Texas Rednecks, Barry Windham and Bobby Duncan. And finally, we've got 3 Count, who finally debuted, and they have already set their sights on Billy Kidman and Rey Mysterio, the Filthy Animals. 3 Count, Shane Helms, Shannon Moore, and Evan Courageous, the greatest boy band in history, or maybe in the history of wrestling. We'll look at the roster, and yes, some of you may have noticed guys who weren't in WCW, guys who are currently in the WWE, and I just did that to add more depth to the roster. People who can be in the Cruiserweight division, people who can be in the Tag division, but they won't necessarily be a part of the big storylines. Maybe Asuka will, as you can see she's there, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, so our roster for World Championship Wrestling 2K20, we've got Akira Hokuto, Akira Tozawa, Albert, Alex Wright, Alundra Blaze, Animal, April Hunter, Arn Anderson, Asuka, Bam Bam Bigelow, the Barbarian, Barry Windham, Beth Phoenix, Big Boss Man, The Big Show, Big Vito, Billy Kidman, Bobby Duncan Jr., Bobby Eaton, Booker T, Bret the Hitman Hart, Brian Adams, The Brian Kendrick, Brian Knobbs, British Bulldog, Brutus Beefcake, Brian Clark, Buddy Roberts. I'll stop doing it like that. We've got Buff Bagwell, Bull Nakano, Butch Reed, Cactus Jack, Charlotte Flair, Chavo Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Chris Candido, Chris Jericho, Chuck Palumbo, Crowbar, Daphne Unger, Hunger for Unger, Dana Brooke, DDP, Dean Malenko, Disco Inferno, Dustin Rhodes, Dusty Rhodes, Earthquake, Eddie Guerrero, Emma, Epico Cologne, Ernest Miller, he's the greatest, ladies and gentlemen, Evan Courageous, Fit Finley, Funaki, Goldberg, Grand Metalik, The Great Muta, Greg Valentine, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Ho! Hawk, Hayabusa, Hideo Itami, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Hugh Morris, Yoshirai, Ivory, Jacqueline, Jacques Rougeau, Jake Roberts, Jamin Noble, Jazz, JBL, Jeff Jarrett, Jerry Lynn, Jerry Sags, Jim Neidhart, Jimmy Jam Garvin, Jimmy Yang, Jinsei Shinzaki or Hakushi, Johnny B. Bell, Johnny the Bull, Jushin Thunder Liger, Juventud Guerrera, Kairi Sane, Callisto, Canyon, Kaz Hayashi, Kerry Von Erich, Kevin Nash, Kevin Sullivan, Kevin Von Erich, Conan, La Parca, Lance Storm, Larry Zbyszko, Lex Luger, Lita, Luke, Luna Vachon, Major Guns, Mark Jindrak, Marty Jannetty, Masahiro Chono, Masato Tanaka of ECW fame, and of course Japanese wrestling fame. We've got Ming, Michael P.S. Hayes, Mickey James, Mike Awesome, I love Mike Awesome, Molly Holly, good golly, Molly Holly, Mr. Perfect, Papa Shango, PCO, Quebecer Carl Ouellet, Perry Saturn, Primo Cologne, Psychosis, Randy Macho Man Savage, Raven, Ravishing Rick Rude, Raymond Rougeau, Rey Mysterio, Rhino, Ric Flair 91, Rick Martel, Rick Steiner, Ricky Morton, Ricky Steamboat, Rikishi, Rob Van Dam, Robert Gibson, Roddy Piper, Ron Simmons, Scott Hall, Scott Norton, Scott Steiner, Scotty Riggs, a whole lot of Scots, Sean O'Hare, Shane Douglas, Shane Helms, Shannon Moore, Sin Cara, Stacy Keebler, Steve Mongo McMongo, Steven Regal, it's your lordship actually, Lord Steven Regal, Stevie Ray, Stevie Richards, Sting, Stunning Steve Austin, Super Crazy, Psycho Sid, Six, Tajiri, Taka, Michin No Clue, Ku, Tamina, Tatanka, Tatsumi Fujinami, Terry Runnels, Terry Funk, Tori Wilson, Trish Stratus, Taleb Blanchard, Typhoon, Ultimo Dragon, Vader, Vampiro, Victoria, Yuji Nagata, and Too Cold Scorpio. Flash Funk. That rounds out our roster. There's over 100 and something superstars for our WCW 2K20 roster. Yes, that is a lot. And yes, I know a lot of people will be mad that I featured some WWE guys that never worked for World Championship Wrestling. There's some ECW guys, some New Japan guys who never worked for WCW, but this is my universe move, and I'm putting my spin on it. So just calm down. There's more WCW guys than there is outsiders, and let's just love it and live it. Okay, we're gonna make things cool. It's been going good so far, and just gonna make it cool. So right now I will go ahead and book at least 2 matches for Thunder, and in the main event, well, no, not the main event, but match number 4. Let's make this match number 4. So based off of events and based off of things that happened on Monday Nitro and storylines, the only official matches that have been booked for Thunder are Mysterio and Kidman doing battle against Shane Helms and Shannon Moore of 3 counts. They do have a rivalry going on. 3 count started it. 3 count cost Kidman and Mysterio a shot at the World Tag Team titles this past Monday when they were they were challenging the Steiner brothers. That has been officially booked. Bret the Hitman Hart versus Canyon has been booked as well. Bret Hart came out to help Bill Goldberg, who was being bullied by DDP and Chris Canyon. So now Bret Hart is doing raging war against DDP and his best friend Chris Canyon tonight. Or excuse me, not tonight, but when Thunder does take place, it'll be Bret versus Chris Canyon. Whatever else you just saw there is not official. And this main event has just been signed by me. It'll be Big Van Vader, who is finally returning to World Championship Wrestling. He is the #1 contender for the world title. Bill Goldberg who is the world champion right now, he's hurt because Vader, when he returned on Nitro, he injured Bill Goldberg very bad. Tons of power bombs through tables, through anything, you know. He just hurt him really bad. Beat him with weapons, choke slammed him, power bombed him, Vader bombed him, did everything. So Bill Goldberg will not be in the building on Thunder in Sacramento, but the former #1 contender for the U.S. title will be Chris Benoit. Will do battle against Vader in the main event of Thunder. So that's those 3 matches have officially been signed. Everything else I'm working on, so give me some time. We'll look at the rivalries here. On Thunder, we've got very high intensity between the Filthy Animals and 3 Count, Benoit and Jericho. Very high intensity as well. They were feuding over the U.S. title, but now they're moving along. So that should be concluding. Tajiri and Super Crazy also feuding very high. I think I'll keep that match too. We saw that there. Over on Nitro, we've got Goldberg and Vader feuding, Brett and DDP, like I said, and then Bull Nakano and Alundra Blaze are feuding for the women's title. Alright, we will not start that just yet. So that, ladies and gents, is the WCW 2K20 Universe Mode. Like I said, it'll be happening on 2K18, 2K19, and 2K20. So I'll be downloading wrestlers all across all 3 games. Well, my 2K18 is set, but all the other games, 2K19 and 2K20, I'll be downloading them as soon as they become available, or making them myself. I don't make too great CAWs, but I'll try. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Please follow me on Instagram at Chris Braverman. Visit my website, chrisbraverman.com, for more. I've got World Championship Wrestling stickers for sale on my Etsy page, etsy.com/shop/9 in the afternoon shop. And Thunder is coming pretty soon. I'll be dropping that very, very soon, so please stay tuned. And I'm rhyming, and I'll stop that now, and I'm out of here. Thank you guys. See you next time.